Hi everyone, Michael Brown back with you again. Welcome back to Educator.com's Adobe Photoshop CS6 course. In this lesson, let's talk about brushes. Brushes is a very important feature and tool in Photoshop. Not only do we have the brush tool that allows you to paint masks and work on images, it allows you to be an artist and create things and literally paint. It paints masks. Brushes are also used in the retouch tools as well. So overall, brushes are quite important, but they're important not only for retouching and for those of us who work on photographic images, but even more important for those of you who are going to be graphic artists or true artists. You can now create almost anything in the computer with Photoshop that you can paint with brushes on a canvas. We're going to talk about first basic brushes with a couple of cool shortcuts. And notice here, bristle brushes, which allow you to emulate exactly what you buy for an artist brush with bristles, the length, the density, the stiffness of the bristles. Mixer brushes, which is now a feature that allows you to actually mix wet paints like you would oils or acrylics or watercolors, as the paint that goes across another layer will actually mix with the previously wet paint. We have a Roadable Tip Brushes, which are new in CS6, which erode just like a pencil or a crayon or a piece of chalk. And there are airbrush effects, more than just spraying it. How it sprays. You can emulate graffiti, spray cans, all sorts of controls with the sprays themselves. In other words, this is now a true artist's creative piece of software that is just as good as the brushes, canvases, and paints that you use for real. All right, so and we have the brush controls for this that we're going to talk about that allow you to modify what the regular brushes do as well. So let's get started. Here's the brush tool, and across the top we have the basic options for the brush tool. Here's the drop-down brush menu showing you your default brushes, along with a size slider and a hardness slider. This little gear allows you to add other sets of brushes. For example, let's put in some basic brushes, which are the circular brushes. We will append this, not replace, and they will add at the bottom. There's your basic 100% hardness and the size. And over here you have 0% hardness. These are just your basic circular brushes. Notice up here we have all sorts of shaped brushes. There is a, it closed on me again, a little like a maple leaf. There are smudge brushes, like a little sponge, all sorts of stuff, but you can bring in natural brushes. We'll append that. Let's see what those are. There's some circular ones, and again, some spongy shapes and fans and a rose, all sorts of other things. Let's try one more. Natural brushes, regular. Append those. And we got some more shapes on there. There's a whole series that you can put in here as well. And you can create your own brushes, which I'll show you how to do in just a moment. So that's the basic brush panel. This is the brush control panel that gives you your brush tip shape controls, as well as a whole series of other options. There are the brushes in there again, and all sorts of controls that we'll talk about. This is accessible either by the icon here, click to open, click to close, or under the window menu as a panel, the brush panel. There it is there, and we can close it that way as well.